Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to take a look at the laptop that I would consider to be the best value laptop for around 4,000 ringgit Malaysia, and this is the Gigabyte G5 gaming. Now for that price, you get an i5 11400 6-core 12-thread along with an RTX 3060 GPU, which is the key component. In fact, you also get a 144Hz screen, which is also a very good screen. Now, on the back of the laptop, you can see the usual selection of ports. You get one power supply port, one Ethernet port, one HDMI, and one USB Type-C port. Now, on the left side, you get the USB 3.1 port, a single USB 2.0, and a split microphone and a headphone jack. While on the right side, you get one USB 3.1 jack, one mini display port, and a memory card reader. The laptop is also very well ventilated. As you can see on the bottom panel, there's a lot of cut-off holes for the intake for the fan. While on the back, you can see there's clearly two exhaust vents to blow off all the hot air outside. Now this laptop actually comes with a removable battery. The biggest advantage of this is that it avoids the battery being degraded over time because of long usage. So if you're planning to use the laptop for a long time, just remove the battery and just use the power socket. Now, I'm sure some of you are thinking to yourself, okay, what's so special about this laptop? Now, the specialty is that for the low price, you get an RTX 3060. That's the important part. This allows you to get very smooth frame rates even if you're playing AAA titles. For example, you can see I'm playing Warzone right now, and you can see the FPS is almost 100, around 90 to 100 FPS. And it's very smooth. There's no like stutter, lag, or you feel like when your enemy is coming, suddenly you feel like the frame rate drops. Nothing like that. It is also helped by the 6-core CPU. Now my model comes with the older 10400 if I'm not mistaken. The newer models selling right now is actually coming with the 11400H, which is an even better CPU. It's a 6-core, both is a 6-core 12-thread CPU. So as you can see, you can play AAA titles very smoothly. Valorant lagi tak payah cakap. It's very easy to run, and you can see that you can get very high and very stable frame rates. However, not everything is rainbow and sunshine. The main issue with this laptop is actually the heat. So right now, I'm actually stress testing both the CPU and GPU right now. So as you can see, the GPU is running at around 70 to 80 degrees Celsius. However, the CPU is actually running almost 100. It's actually hovering around 96 to 98, which is, in my opinion, not very safe. Now, luckily for us, there's actually a very simple solution. You actually need two software for this. One is MSI Afterburner and the other is Throttle Stop. Now, this one I'm showing right now is the MSI Afterburner. I'm actually adjusting the curve. And the other software you're going to need is Throttle Stop, which is throttling. You need to limit the power limit of the CPU. Now, I will give the links on how to do both of these tweaks down in the description below. Now, if you do this tweak, you can see a dramatic improvement of the temperature. You can see that right now, the GPU is on the low 70s and the CPU is only hovering around 80 degrees Celsius with negligible performance impact. Now, another way to control the temperature of this laptop is actually using a very good laptop cooler. Now, the laptop cooler I'm using right now is actually the IETS GT500. Now, this is, I would consider the best laptop cooler. You can see it in the performance. Now, after using the laptop cooler, the temperature drops from like around 98 to just around low 80s with the GPU hovering on low 70s. I'll do the review on this laptop cooler later, so subscribe. Now, let's look at the other mundane aspect of the laptop. The trackpad is actually very good. Respond to multi-gesture very nicely. And also, the buttons, the right and left click are also responsive. So, I would consider it to be a very fast. I mean, it's not like MacBook good trackpad, but it's decent for a Windows laptop. The keyboard is also another aspect that I really like, because I find that the keyboard has very good travel, very good feel. I think it says that it has around 1.5mm of travel, I'm not sure, but as you can see, I can easily type in Type Racer very well using this keyboard. The keyboard also has RGB, but it's only single zone, so you can really do those rainbow puke colors. But hey, having RGB, some RGB is better than none, right? The Gigabyte control panel also gives you the option to control the fan curve and the fan speed and whatnot. I mean, you might be surprised, but this is actually a very important feature. Some gaming laptop, you cannot even adjust the fan speed. Okay, so before we jump to the conclusion, let's take a look at what is the advantage of generally this laptop compared to its competitors like something like AC Nitro, UNDERVOLT, IdeaPad, gaming. So what are the advantages other than obviously the specs and the price? Now, the first advantage is obviously the performance is very good. These laptops come with an RTX 3060 and an i5 10500H, so it's actually a 6-core 12-thread processor. Now the advantage of this 3060 compared to other 3060 is that because it has a higher power limit at around 150 watts compared to something like I think if I'm not mistaken, Acer Nitro comes with like a 95 watt TDP 3060, which allows this laptop to have a higher ceiling of performance. Now the second main advantage of this laptop is upgradability. Now I'm going to show you a picture of a disassembly picture of this laptop, and you can see that there's two NVMe slots. You can remove the hard drive, you can change the Wi-Fi card, and one thing that this laptop has that most laptops don't have is there's also slot for a 2.5 inch hard drive. So think about it, you can use the existing 512 NVMe for your Windows and basic installation, and then you can install all of your other games on another 1TB, 2TB NVMe, and then you can place like, you know, music or movies in another 2.5 inch, maybe 2TB hard drive, which you can all put it internally in the laptop. So essentially you can run this laptop without using any external hard drive. Now the third advantage is that this is actually just a rebrand Clevo chassis. Clevo is actually an OEM manufacturer of laptop from China. So the main advantage is that because there's plenty of other model that uses this chassis from like Thunderbolt, XMG, now Gigabyte is using this one. So basically what does this mean is that you can easily find the spare parts in AliExpress or any Chinese website. So the spare parts is actually readily available, and for me this is a very important factor when you're choosing a laptop, especially if you plan on using it for a long time. If you need a new fan, maybe you need a new battery, maybe you need even a new keyboard, you can easily find it. Just enter the model number of the laptop, and then you can just find it at something like AliExpress or Taobao. So that is a very big advantage. Now the fourth advantage of this laptop is that the plastic it's used is actually very robust. I mean, if you look at the laptop itself, you can see that it's just a plain black generic laptop, but actually the plastic that is made out of is very solid material. It's very solid, more compared to something like an Acer Nitro or, you know, another low end gaming laptop brand. So it does give you a bit of more durability, especially if you plan to lug this laptop around and, you know, you don't really take care of your stuff. This might be proved to be a laptop that has a higher durability than others. Now, what are the main cons of this laptop? Obviously, it's not all rainbows and sunshines. So the main main disadvantage of this laptop for me is the bulk. It's actually quite a heavy laptop. I think it's around 2.2 kilograms. It's not very slim. It's also quite heavy, like I said previously. So these are the two things. So if you're looking for a sleek laptop for you to like lug around to cafes, this might not be the one. Now another disadvantage of this laptop is the battery life. It's not very good. I mean, the battery is not very big. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's only around 55 kilowatt hour battery. So I mean, the good thing is that because the battery is removable, you can always get spare battery and then you can lug it around. But another disadvantage of this is it does not support USB Type-C charging, so you need to use the original power brick, and the original power brick is not very small, so it's also quite big. So those are the things that you need to consider. So if you're thinking about something like portability, you need, I guess, if you want a powerful laptop and you need portability, slim and light, I mean, I guess you're going to look at much more expensive laptops such as the Razer Blade or maybe the Acer Zephyrus series. So those are the things that you need to watch out before deciding on purchasing this laptop. Anyway guys, as a conclusion, I think that the laptop is excellent value if you're a student looking for an all-around good performing laptop for you to use for 4 years in university. I think this is a great choice. There's not much competition in the market. I guess you can get the Acer Nitro, but you know, Acer Nitro is known to be it doesn't have the same upgradability. The reliability is not that good, and also the performance is, I think this one is a better performing laptop. I guess that is the main competitor. Other competitors are a bit more pricey, especially if you're looking for the RTX 3060 model. So anyway guys, if you find this review useful and would like to see more content like this, if you want to support a fellow Southeast Asian YouTuber, leave a like and subscribe. And any questions, just leave it down in the comment below. See you guys next time. Ciao.